Good morning, and thanks for joining me today. I'm Corey Duke. Travis Guillory is on assignment for us, covering the hurricane set to make landfall today in Louisiana. We'll have more on that later today, but right now, kicking it all off this morning with a special guest, former mayoral candidate Greg Robinson, joining us live this morning. Thank you so much for being here. I know you had a late night, now an early morning, but we certainly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, you know what? Campaign season, obviously, over now for you. Obviously not turning out the way that you wanted it to. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm extremely hopeful. This was a campaign that we started just 76 days ago, and wow, what a ride it was to be able to galvanize the amount of folks that we did and the energy around a vision for a more inclusive Tulsa, a Tulsa that really strives to provide equity and opportunity for every Tulsan, regardless of their race, regardless of their zip code. I'm just very hopeful in the energy that was galvanized by this campaign and by this message.
And as you mentioned, your race really materialized in just over 2 months, rather quickly. So why did you feel like you needed to run?
Well, again, I thought that there was a voice that was missing. I think that it is still true that there are areas of this city that have been overlooked and have been left out. And I think that if Tulsa's ever going to truly get to the place where I think we can get to, which is a model for the country, we've got to look our current shortcomings right square in the face and really begin to put in the work to combat poverty as opposed to criminalizing it, and to ensure that everyone has that opportunity to succeed. And so for me, I thought that there needed to be a choice. There needed to be someone that pushed the issues and forced Tulsa to have a conversation about what kind of city it wanted to be a generation from now.
And you really have been an activist in this community long before you decided to run for mayor. So we know that you'll be watching. So what do you expect to see come from the mayor's office this term?
Well, I hope that the mayor will make good on his commitments to build an equitable Tulsa. Certainly, he has the team and the capability to do that. I just hope that he's able to stand up a little bit more to some of the political pressures that it's clear that he faces, some of the special interests that it's clear have a different agenda than the people of Tulsa. And hopefully this election shows that there's a significant portion of people that will be standing behind him if he chooses to be a little bit stronger on the issues that would really lift up a different part of Tulsa than has historically been represented.
Right, and you really spoke on the divisiveness that Tulsa is experiencing and kind of, building that bridge, typically over in North Tulsa. What do you expect to do now? I know that you're not going to be the next mayor, but what is your next step?
Well, we will continue the work that we were doing before we ran for mayor, and that is continuing to try and provide kids from across the city an equitable shot and an equitable education. We'll continue to try and combat the ongoing housing crisis and ensure that we're providing eviction support and relief. We'll continue to try and create job opportunities and pathways out of poverty for Tulsans. Those are the things that I've been committed to with my foundation and with the group of community organizers that we've been proud to galvanize and organize with. And so we'll just get right back to doing that work.
Well, we had some analysts on Two Works for You last night, and they are predicting a possible future run for you. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, I told everyone that this was not a campaign of me. It was a campaign of we, and that I was willing to step forward this time. But I'm also humble enough to understand that it doesn't always mean that I have to be in the lead. I think that you have to work on things in a way that they're bigger than you. And so if it is, again, my time to step forward and lead, I certainly won't shy away from that. But if it's my time to help someone else, to be a soldier in the movement, so to speak, then I will do that with just as much energy.
All right, Greg. Well, an impressive campaign for you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We certainly appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good day.